I think we're going. It's Monday. Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. It's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. Always excited to have Cindy DeCoster on. Today is Fierce Forward Monday, and we're going to talk about embracing the leader within. So it's great to see you, Cindy. How you doing?
Good morning. It's great to see you as always, Ted. I'm great.
So you've had a fun weekend. You've had lots of good stuff go on. But I want people to know a little bit about you who might not. So tell them just a little bit about you, and then let's take a deep dive.
Okay, super. Again, I'm Cindy DeCoster. I am the co-owner of Fierce Realty alongside of my husband, Sean. We've been in the Central Florida real estate industry since 2001, and we have opened our own brokerage in the last 2 years. So 2019 was our first year. I am the slated candidate for the Women's Council of Realtors National Treasurer for 2022, and I'm excited to be here with all of you and share how to embrace the fierce leader within you.
I love it. So yes, so cindyforthecouncil.com is the website scrolling across the screen. And I'm very excited for you for that slated position. I know it's always fun when it lasts this long in between. You get slated and then you got elections. It's always a fun time to gotta wait through that, but we're all very excited for you.
Yeah,
all right.
Thank you.
And tell me about this, the topic. Where did you come up with that? What was your thought process behind
it? Okay, so I think that we all have this greatness inside of us that needs to be unleashed and embraced. And I created an acronym around the word FIERCE, which stands for fearless, intentional, energetic, resilient, courageous, and do everything to a standard of excellence. So I always say embrace the fierce leader inside you, which again kind of hits each of those components that, again, progress over perfection is always the strive. And we do things according to the way we need them to be done or accomplish what needs to be accomplished. And so whether you realize it or not, those are leadership skills. So we're all in the real estate industry, whether it's the lending side like you, Ted, or me on the real estate side. I think that we lead our customers, our clients through their transaction, which is the largest purchase potentially of their lives. So
right.
All of these are amazing transferable life skills, and it's awesome to see it in action.
What do you say to somebody? Because I guarantee you there are people watching going, I don't have a leader in me, Cindy. I'm not, I like to stay in the background. I'm the guy in the last row, never going to be in the first row. I think a lot of people are afraid of the word leader. And I think a lot of that has to do with imposter syndrome, which we've talked about before.
Yes.
So what do you say? How do they begin to embrace the leader? Because I also believe that everyone has some sort of leadership within them. It might not, ours don't look the same.
Sure.
Not everyone's looks the same. And I think that we're just trying to compare ourselves to other people. So how can they begin to do that embracing that you talk about?
I love that, because it is everything you said was like spot on. And I do think it's the imposter syndrome is a very real thing. And so I'll tell a quick little story. So when I was in college, I walked onto the soccer club team for my university, and I played midfield, which is, if you know anything about soccer, it's a support position. It is we don't shoot the goals, we don't sweep the ball across the field. What we do is we strategize, forecast, predict where the ball is going to be, and make sure that we're there to assist, facilitate the play. So in my mind, I was always like, I am that support player. Like I love to see everyone succeed. I love to pass the ball off, if you will, for like our sweeper to like clear the field, or our striker to, our forward to go up and kick the goal. Like embrace their fierceness, like, and make things happen. I just love that. And if I can strategize to prop you up in that position, that speaks to me at my core. Do you know what I mean?
I
But
do.
what I didn't realize until, again, through all of this leadership training and coursework and life of real estate, those are all leadership skills. You are leading the team, and it's not one leader, it's everyone leading and leaning into their strengths. And
That's right.
that is again creates that more dynamic, more diverse team. You can't have a team full of strikers and no blockers, you know what I mean? Or no goal scorers, you know what I mean? You can't succeed as a team with only one strength. You need everyone to be leaning into their skill set, and each of them is their own leader within.
It's like that old saying, you too many cooks in the kitchen. If you have everybody who's a cook or a chef and no one there to buy the food, help prep the food,
Right.
deliver the food,
Grow the food.
grow the food. There are so many players involved, but you've got to have. If there's too many cooks, not enough gets done. So you have to kind of realize where your leadership, your part of that comes in.
Right. And embrace it. Hence the embrace the leader within. Like, embrace your strength and each. So I created a quick little 30-45 minute class on how to do that, how to embrace that. There's like an easy seven steps, 7 components to bringing that out of you. And if you really, like, each of them kind of causes you to pause, if you will, and just say, okay, well, how does this look? How does this move and shake in real life?
Yes.
Does that make
Yes,
sense?
I love it. All right,
Yeah.
so we already have people. I have a couple people pop up and say, "All right, I'm ready. Tell me how to embrace it, Cindy."
All right. Well, step one.
I'm going to make you front and center really quick. So here you go.
Sure. So step one, for absolute sure, is lead by example. Do what you say. You know what I mean? People are going to be impacted far greater by your actions than your words. So don't just talk the talk. Make sure you are walking that talk, and let them see how you lead them, how you lead your life, your family, your business. Absolutely will speak larger volumes than anything you preach.
Yes, I love that. I think that people get to that first step, and some of them can probably figure it out, but it's not always a comfortable place for them to be, because they've been I'm not really a great sports person, but I think you said midfielder.
Right.
They've played midfield their whole career, their whole relationship. They have loved that part of it, and so in their minds, they don't even think that they're a leader.
Right. Well, and truth be told, because we going back to your sports analogy, right? So we always think about the captain, the quarterback. They're the high profile positions, right?
Yes.
However, if the center doesn't snap the ball correctly into the hands of the quarterback, or the O-line, the offensive line, does not block and give the quarterback time to actually make the play,
right.
to connect the pass. Everybody loves those action positions, but it's actually the support positions that afford the lead positions to excel. So owning that space that you are in is paramount. And leadership is not about pats on the back and name recognition. It's not about titles. It's about the influence and impact you can have on the overall success of the team.
Yes, I love it. All right, step 2.
Step 2, create.
Woo! That is a really good step 1, by the way. Love
Okay,
it.
thank you. So step 2, create healthy habits. So what does that mean? So yes, diet, exercise are kind of what you think are healthy habits, but your mental healthy habits are just as, if not more important than the physical healthy habits. So what do I mean by that? So don't you love the internet?
Oh yes, it's Monday. Remember?
Yeah. So again, you know, garbage in, garbage out. That applies to everything. So whether it's the fake news and the god awful, you know, if it leads it bleed, you know, or if it bleeds it leads kind of philosophy, we've gotten sucked into this media of, oh my gosh, you know, I want to hear about all the devastation that's going out in the world. I'm a no news girl. Like I gotta shut it down. I will go and read to be informed, but I do not want to be propaganda. You know what I mean? And
Oh God, we could do a whole show on that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I know. Sorry, I don't mean to be preachy, but so what I'm saying is shut it down, or at least start with positive affirmations, positive, uplifting podcasts, spiritual passages, or something that sets your mind into a success mode, into a uplifting, feel good about yourself, feel good about the world. There's 1,000% more that is unreported in the news because it's not it's not bleeding, so it's not leading kind
That's
of
why I love those
philosophy.
good news. You've probably seen them. I love those good news sites on social media.
Yes.
I love those stories because I'm the same as you. I won't even, sorry, local news friends. I refuse to look at news. I can't do it because I know that there's so many sides of the story that aren't being told.
Correct.
And it either gets me frustrated, aggravated, sad. I never come away from the general news feeling good. So why would I want to feed my soul with that?
Exactly. So again, start your day with that mental healthy balance. That, like, fill yourself up, pump yourself up with people that and things that pump you up. And so again, a walk in the morning, get yourself some fresh air, hear the birds chirping, and like the nature being, you know, fulfilled. And it does wonders for your soul, your mind, and your, so then when you do get confronted with the real world of challenges and struggles, you're in a place of, I'm going to frame it inside this beautiful world I just experienced.
I think a lot of people, I'll tell you today, Mondays, we were talking about it before we went live. I don't care how much I love what I do and how much Mondays I always have to really mentally prepare for a Monday morning. This morning, I didn't do a great job. So, in all fairness, it's good to share that kind of stuff because just because Cindy and I talk about it all the time doesn't mean that we're perfect at it. So I'll share that I was not in that good frame of mind, not in a bad frame, but not in a good frame. And I was thinking about it on the way here. I'm like, God dang it, I got to be good for Cindy. So I've got to be good live, and I really want this to impact people. So I took a deep breath, got here early, did a little meditation, a little prayer, didn't dive into anything that was negative. And so I'm beginning to feel a little better. Normally, I start my day that way. Normally, right. I won't touch anything until I have gotten in the right frame of mind. So you are 100% right. Even the slightest deviation from that can open up enough crack for the negativity to get.
Yes, and there's so there's an analogy, and this is probably not go with me. So they talk about a drowning person. A drowning person is more likely to pull you under than you lift them up. So you have to be super prepared to save them from themselves and harming you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So when they talk about, putting your air mask on first before you assist, it's this kind of stuff that we're talking about. It is preparing yourself to be insulated from the damage that's out there, and it's for sure. So you're kind of leading into step number 6. So if we can jump around,
Yes, you jump. You
yeah,
jump.
hit me up.
I think we're going to do a 2-parter on this. So
Yeah,
definitely
okay.
jump wherever you want.
Yeah, so number 6 talks about accountability. And what is accountability? It's not like checks and balances. It's about being mindful of the actions. And it's about being honest with yourself, acknowledging where your shortcomings are. Again, love the internet not working.
You're good. You're good.
It's about being honest and taking a true look at the man in the mirror. Like, acknowledge the good, acknowledge the bad, and be flexible in how you shift and reposition yourself to keep going. Does that make sense?
Yes,
So
totally.
you can't adjust your sails. Again, don't you said you don't love sports analogy, but I'm all about that.
I love it.
I can't help but think like that. So, you have to adjust your sails. You can't just like abandon ship because the wind's turned. Do you know what I mean? You have to adjust your sails to make that wind that's happening benefit you and get you closer to that end goal. So it's not abandon ship, it is adjust your sails.
And a lot of people don't, I could do a whole show, and maybe I will, on coping skills. I think that a lot of people, you learn your coping skills early. And for a lot of us, like for me, for example, mine was a survival type of learning. And for a lot of people, that they learn them and then have never learned how to adjust them.
Yeah.
And so if it doesn't fit within the way that they're used to coping, no growth, no adjusting your sails actually happens.
Yeah. So actually that speaks to number 3, which talks about remaining calm, like practicing that pause. And I think this for sure comes with age, or at least it took me years to kind of get really good at the pause. Don't let your reaction be your response. Actually, like, embrace that pause to think, to reflect, to see how does this fit in your plan? What is God intending, for those of you who believe, or the universe, whatever your belief system is. But I'm a faithful person, and so I'm like, okay, what is God trying to teach me through this?
Right. Me too.
And when you frame it into this, like, this is a learning lesson. I'm supposed to have gone through this for this reason. And whether it is the fight or flight, or it's the, okay, they need me to kind of breathe calm into their world, into their life. Does that make sense? So,
yes, it does.
So embracing that is, again, you don't know who's paying attention. You don't know who needs to see this action in place. See how you come through this, bed of thorns, and realize it's actually a bed of roses. Like, really seeing the difference, understanding, like, oh my gosh, it feels like a bed of thorns, but actually it's a gorgeous rose garden.
Yes, I think you're right. I think perspective and reframing 100%. And all of that is just, it's guys, I'm still a work in progress. I think we all are. We don't do it perfectly, but we know what we need to do, and yet we still don't do it sometimes. I'm guilty of that. And so you can't beat yourself up if what you're listening to, and we're gonna save the other 3 or 2 for next time. You can't beat yourself up, because we've been practicing a lot longer. And so, but in the beginning, it's still a practice thing. You still have to keep at it. It's like working the muscle. God, we've had so many exercise and sports analogies today. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. But it's like working a muscle. If it becomes atrophied if you don't. So you have to continue to work at it. And if you go back 2 steps one day, okay, well then take another step. You're still moving forward. All right. So tell us where they can find. That's right. Fierce forward. Woo! We did good today. Tell us where we can find out about Cindy DeCoster, learn more about Fierce Realty, learn more about what you do.
If you go to Cindy, the number 4, thecouncil.com, it has all of my information, my phone number, my email, and my company website as well. So Cindy for thecouncil.com. It's all over social media on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube channel, all labeled and footed the same.
Fantastic. All right, cindyforthecouncil.com is scrolling across the bottom. Thank you. That was awesome. So we'll be back next week.
Chad.
We'll finish up embracing the leader within next time. So thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you have a great week if I don't see you.
Thank you. You too.
Here's to a better Monday afternoon. Here we go. Woo. Woo. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Thanks, Cindy, so much.
Take care.